Hey guys, I'm gonna back here for that video, guys. Today we have a custom Indianapolis Colts stadium, and this was actually suggested in my comic section. Someone said, please do the Indianapolis Colts next. So that's what we're doing today. Shout out to the comment Sub1Social for posting that. So we have a lot to talk about. Starting off right away, we got Indianapolis Colts right there, Reggie Wayne in one end zone. The other end zone does have it as well. I did change the numbers to be a little bit more prominent. I have it as, black outside, white inside, kind of match the Colts colors. I went ahead and just added a little bit to the Colts logo here, made it a little bit bigger and a little bit more prominent on the field. As you can tell, the field does have a bluish tint to it, so that is a little bit different. And also, on the outside of the field, we have, and it's kind of weird, but it's Anthony Richardson. So you see like the top part of the 5 right there, and then his head is technically at the very top here. It's just kind of weird how it's structured, but if you look at it like this, you can see his face mask on the left-hand side. So pretty much his face is the field, which, again, we'll see how that works out for the Colts right now. Anthony Richardson, he's going through it, but we'll see if he ends up working out for them. So I changed the bleachers, and I made the bleachers white. I made the middle row blue, and I made the outside white. This used to be gray and kind of like this color up here, but I wanted to go ahead and make it white. Someone actually commented my last video and talked about the Eagles Stadium and said, you should have made the bleachers white. And I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? Let's try this with the Colts Stadium. And I actually really like how this looks. The white and blue, and again, not using the gray, looks so much better on this than it does on the normal Colts Stadium in Madden 25. So definitely will agree. The white definitely adds a little bit of touch and, just eloquent. Nope, it's not a word. A little bit of rich texture. There you go. Anyway, though, the end zones do have some pictures of old Colts players, kind of celebrating the history of the Indianapolis Colts. We got some Peyton Manning, we got some Reggie Wayne, we got some Dwight Freeney, and so on and so on. So I did add that to the end zone walls here, just to add a little bit extra ting to it. I'm making up words this video, guys. I'm making up words. Instead of the normal Colts logo right here, we do have a new Colts logo with Peyton Manning inside the middle of it. We have Colts on the bottom here, and then the top says lightning in a bottle. Going inside the tunnel, I made this a little bit brighter. Didn't change anything in here outside of the floor. The floor is a little bit more bluish. It's the same floor as before. It's just a tad bit more bluish. Didn't change much, though, going into the tunnel outside of, you can see right here, the pads I did make blue. They were gray before. Also, on the other side, I made these blue instead of gray. Again, other tunnel, made it a little bit brighter. I brought up the light texture for the lights, so that should make it a little bit easier to see inside that stadium, in that tunnel. Over here, couldn't really do much with this one, sadly. It wouldn't let me turn up the light on that one, and it wouldn't, and this one I did turn up the light on. And you can see, again, didn't change the mat here, but the floor has a little tiny bit of blue texture to it, which again just adds a little bit of extra niceness to it. All right, so this is a lot of things going on here. So first off, as you can see from this Jumbotron, I used real life companies as sponsors. So usually EA Sports has their own, make-believe sponsors and stuff. I use real Indianapolis sponsors and added them throughout the stadium. So, for example, Cunningham, Harry and Izzy's, the Garbage, I forget what it's called, the Garbage something, and then other ones too. So I added actual advertisers from realistic places in Indianapolis to add to this, just to make it a little bit more realistic and a little bit more, you know, kind of real, right? Instead of it being like, oh yeah, we got fake advertisers. This one we actually have the real advertisements of what you would see maybe in a real stadium. These companies aren't advertising with the Colts, but you know, it is what it is. Right here we got lightning in the bottle, but it just has the bottle part, which I think is kind of cool. Going over here, let me zoom out a little bit. We do have some pictures, and I'm going to keep trying to zoom out. We got Jonathan Taylor on one side. I'm going to kind of do it like this, if I can. There we go. We got Jonathan Taylor on one side. We got the Colts head on the other side. On the other side, it's the same thing, but, you know, flipped opposite. Up here, we don't have really anything new, anything changed. Now, as you can see from this glass, I changed all the glass, which was normally just like a metal silver structure. I changed it to blue. Colts blue, I thought it looks a lot better. I didn't change anything when it comes to the banners up here. Okay, I'm trying to get a good zoom in here. I didn't change anything when it comes to the banners, but I did change the metal structure up here to have a little bit more blue. I didn't go crazy like I did with other stadiums where I like added way too much color, I feel like, to them. This one, I just added just a tad bit of color, and I'm trying to see if I can get a good image of it, but it's hard to zoom in here. Okay, so you see the little beams? I made them blue. Again, didn't go crazy like I did with previous stadiums on making every single living thing blue. But I made the little beams that connect blue. I think it's the little things in life, okay? That's what she always tells me. It does say Bolt right here. So, again, lightning in a bottle. That's the whole thing there. In here, I did add... Let me see. Yeah. So I added a Colts logo to the wall. This is something that isn't actually in the regular stadium. Even if you were to not know clip, you would see that there is no Colts Colts logo right there. It's just a typical copy and paste. I didn't like it, so I changed it. At the top of the thing over here, let me see if I can get it. You do have the Indianapolis Colts, and you also have Reggie Wayne in the background there, just to kind of, you know, show off, you know, hey, listen, Colts hero, Colts legend, want to kind of put that out there. All right, so outside of that, I'm trying to see, because I've changed a lot of things in the stadium, but the things I've changed are very small things, which I think make it look a little bit better. Over here, this is another little small thing that you probably would not notice. All the vending machines, normally the vending machines, they're not bad in Madden, but they're kind of just like really bad textured and they don't look good. I use a real life vending machine here, plastered it on the crappy vending machine EA Sports puts, and that's what we have here. We have an actual realistic vending machine. For example, you know, I don't know if there's any actual pictures of these vending machines in here, but for example, you know, you look at this, you're like, oh, that looks kind of realistic. I see Coca-Cola, you know, you see Pepsi right there, you see Gatorade, you know, you see Mountain Dew, stuff you wouldn't see in a typical Madden game, right? So I just made it look a little bit more realistic. Colts, I didn't change this at all. I was thinking about doing that, but decided not to. Again, I didn't want to make it, you know, again, some of these I feel like I go a little bit overboard, and I don't want to go too overboard. I just want to make it look nice and add elegance to it. All right, so the outside the stadium, remember when I said I'm not going overboard? Well, I lied. Anyway, so let's start off. The windows, okay? This row right here is black and navy blue, okay? Also, I added flags with Anthony Richardson's face on all of the pillars. He has to work out because he is now on every single pillar of the stadium. Again, blue, black, navy blue, right here. I also changed this a little bit. I didn't do it too much. I just added a little texture on top of it. I did that for both of these, so I do like how it turned out. Right here we have the West Gate, and it does have Andrew Luck picture. All the different gate things like that have Andrew Luck on them. We got Jonathan Taylor right there. I changed this, instead of it being the Colts logo, which is what it is now, I changed this to the old Colts logo. And again, like I said, I like that a little bit better. On the sides here, I changed this from it just saying Gold Colts. I changed it to the actual horse here. And it's like that on both sides. And then down here, we actually have Anthony Richardson's number 5. It's an image from Anthony Richardson. Again, like I said, on the outside here, I did change the Lucas Oil Stadium. Little bit of a tad difference here. I added texture on top of it. This side, again, you can see the windows. I did the same thing here. I think the windows just look so good when they're black and blue like this. I was going to change the brick, but decided not to, because I think the brick, I didn't want to go too crazy with it. I did change this bottom one and the top one, though, to a different color. I thought that might look a little bit better. I also changed the inside here, as you can see, to a white texture. Again, like I said, I think that looks a little bit better than what it did before. Going to the left-hand side here, again, the actual things here I did change. Let me zoom out. There we go. I did change this logo and this logo as well. I also, as you can see a lot more prominent now. I made all this blue. So you can see the glass, like the area where the glass, the frame, the glass frame right there, all blue. I like that a lot better. Honestly, from this angle, I really like it. The only thing I would say I want to change is this color blue now, because now it's kind of throwing it off. Actually, it's not, because, see, this is my OCD. I made it 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. So it's perfect, like, you know, parallel to each other. It's on both sides. So, again, like I said, you know, just went a little crazy, but not too crazy with this stadium. I think I went the correct amount of crazy with this stadium, to a point where, you know, I think it looks very, very good, and it's not insane. Right here, we have this thing right here, which actually has all the legend Colts players on it. So, whether you got Dwight Freeney, you got Peyton in the background. Freaking love that. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. That's the same thing for that one. And for outside the stadium, that's pretty much going to be that. I had to have the Andrew Luck thing right there again. Oh, also the flags. So, I don't like having EA Sports flags on these stadiums, because I feel like it takes away the realistic nature of these stadiums. So, as you can see, we have a different flag right here. Reggie Wayne in the front, Dwight Freeney. You got Peyton in the back with Dallas Clark. So again, like I said, I just changed that a little bit different factor. But yeah, so that's my Indianapolis Colts custom stadium in Madden 25. Again, a little bit of a, not overboard, but enough of an overboard that adds a little bit extra to the stadium. I really like, by the way, the white. The white and blue bleacher seats is absolutely perfect. I'll see you guys in the next one.